My dress-up darling is surging in popularity fast online, and it's growing almost as quickly as Kanye West can burn all his bridges with Kim and Skeet. And that's a rom-com that's not getting a second season. But much like Ye, we all have found something that we now desperately need. And in her, we must protect. This new show was extremely hyped up from the start of the season, and I have to say, the anime lived up to it. Coincidentally enough, you know the anime is going to be fire when Twitter tries to cancel it almost immediately. Listen up, you cancel fascists. Japan didn't stop at redo of a healer, so what makes you think they're going to stop at these scenes of culture that seem extremely tame in comparison? Oh my Lanta. Anywho, from the first episode, you're spoiled with sharp animation, an easy to follow and entertaining story, and a thematic jazz soundtrack that always lifts the mood. And with this Powerpuff concoction of ingredients, this slice of life romance has a community concurring like doctors that this anime is wholesome, ecchi. Let's go over why. The story's about a Warhammer 40k figurine painter and a degenerate girl otaku who bond over having obsessive interests in their hobbies and not being judgmental over said pastimes. He romanticizes over creating these Hina dolls, dressing them and creating them, while she romanticizes over her favorite anime characters and wanting to be so close to them that she feels she must cosplay as them. Is it weird? Yes. Are they weird? Yes. Do I love it? Abso-fucking-lutely. Moments later, they both Avengers assemble it up to create Marin a cosplay of her favorite character from any Rogue game, because why the fuck not? Gojo's got the drive, he's got the power.
We stay hungry, we devour!
Meanwhile, Marin's the sugar mama we've always wanted. After a brief shopping montage, we get the good old dragging of a man unwillingly into a Victoria's Secret, hoping you don't come off as a pervert or a
baka puta.
A couple of panic attacks later, we got ourselves our dressed up darling. For me, one of the show's main appeals though is the educational value for cosplaying as a whole. Like they go into sourcing your materials, creating sketch mock-ups, explaining certain tailoring techniques, proper photo lighting, and even tips and tricks to enhance your facial features. All these examples make the show an interesting watch in almost the same way Dr. Stone goes about explaining the science in its show. And it doesn't feel overwhelming and long like an antagonist who monologues his whole plan while a flashback is playing. It makes you simply say, oh, that's pretty cool. On top of the educational entertainment, the romance in this show is simply wholesome. Watching these two broaden each other's horizons and then swoon over each other just brings that dumb, goofy smile to your face. And you can't just help but say, oh, that's so fucking cute. Fuck, I'm so lonely. And it's not too often where we get to watch a female lead become neurotic with their infatuation. I mean, she says she freaking loves him while spazzing out in hysterics. From all this, you can see it's very obvious why she's going to be a top best girl contender. She's confident and carefree, yet obsessive with her love for her favorite characters. Plus, she's a member of culture like us, and you have to put respect on that. But on top of being a member, she's also a subject of the same culture. Yes, that's right. Having a great personality wasn't enough. They also had to give her 2 more personalities and a sprinkle of feet foreplay to seal the deal. Adding on to that, there's also enough boob sweat in this cleavage pool to sell at a premium price to only your fans, if you catch my drift. Let's hop into the art. There's been a trend of pumping these rom-com animes with bigger budgets, and I gotta tell ya, it's pretty. And sure, we can watch these shonen animes blow their loads on these fighting animations, but have you ever seen this? Yeah, me neither. The only other time I've seen something so trivial like this animated was a Moomin Rider dismounting his bike in One Punch Man. Shit, I even flipped out seeing Futaba and Bunny Girl flipping open her phone case back in 2019. And oh lord, baby Jeebus, is it satisfying to watch. Anyway, it just goes to show the amount of effort they put into the animation of the show. It's respectable in its own right. I mean, just look at these scenes of the dancing, the scaring, the fanning, and the amount of care care and precision they put into the things we often overlook in everyday life. They handle these animations to look as fluid and realistic as possible, and it just makes this show that much better. Albeit they did crank up the memory jiggle physics from 0 to DOA extreme levels, but hey, who might have complained? Also, let's give credit where credit is due, because they somehow were able to pull off using actual photos as background art. The animators insert the characters into these photos to make them seamlessly look like they belong there in the first place. Although they may have penny pinched with this, I believe they more than made up for it elsewhere. With other heavy-hitting rom-coms such as Kaguya-sama or Emiya and Komi-san, I feel My Dress Up Darling will comfortably settle as a staple in the watch list for fans of this genre. This anime is charming, cute, and wholesome to the point that people old or new to the genre will find enjoyable. And to seal the deal, I even rewatched all of the current episodes in the dub, and I have to say, it's not half bad. As a matter of fact, there were some parts that the dub did way better. But that's not all. Also, in the same way people have American sitcoms playing in the background while doing other tasks and chores, I was watching this while writing this script. As a result, I found this show is easy to pick up regardless of where it is in the story. And I find that extremely valuable in the show because it means the rewatchability is rock solid. So go ahead and give it a binge. I guarantee you'll find something you'll like about it, because remember, she's not my dress-up darling. She's our dress-up darling. My next video's on Sabakui Bisco because Joe Rogan says we should all do shrooms. And my last vid was on anime to watch in winter 2022, so go watch that before you get drafted. I'm Wado. I'm out. Bye bye.